Bong Joon-Ho experienced global exposure last year for his masterpiece Parasite. It deservedly won Best Picture and catapulted the South Korean filmmaker to the international stage. He's no stranger to adeptly handling complicated and sensitive topics, whether it's Parasite's deep-rooted commentary on Korean classism, or Snowpiercer's environmental concerns, or Okja's animal activism. Bong navigates them with finesse and mastery. His layered plots allow him the room to navigate these themes in an almost apprehensive and thoughtful way. Memories of Murder is no different. Settling in for my fourth watch of Memories of Murder, I was excited to revisit arguably Bong's most compelling film. Niggling in the back of my mind, I couldn't help but think about the last time I watched this masterpiece in March of 2021. A time that most people in the UK have already forgotten about and the global community is probably unaware of. My March viewing found itself at the end of the Sarah Everard tragedy, a crushing incident of the rape and murder of a woman in the UK. Betrayed by a member of the police, Sarah was murdered very close to where I live, and my viewing of Memories of Murder felt hauntingly poignant. So coming around to my fourth viewing, I couldn't help myself but see the film through a new lens. Based on the first true serial murder case in South Korea, Memories of Murder is a police procedural about the inability of South Korea's police department to apprehend the killer. I've seen the film discussed in relation to Fincher's work, who Bong admires greatly, but I've still not found anybody talking about Bong's deft handling of masculinity and its oppression of women in the film. See, Memories of Murder is just as much about the police's inability to capture the criminal afterwards as it is about men's inability to prevent these tragic crimes, opening with an almost blindingly beautiful South Korea and leaving with a desaturated darkness. Memories of Murder doesn't offer answers, it simply suggests looking inwards for them. It's a film plagued by male characters and their inability to understand each other or work together. For the first half of the film, Detective Park is framed away from the two small-town detectives, uninterested in them and the case. They fight over the right way to pursue the culprit and dismiss the female detective Kwon, treating her as if she isn't even a detective, but someone to fetch things and clean things. It's a theme that Bong delivers on beautifully throughout the film. Detective Kwon's only cooperative use in the investigation is to be bait for the killer, as her discovery of the radio station is dismissed by Song as a laughable joke. South Korea is framed as a masculine world where women aren't safe and men hide around every corner. Whether their relationship is abusive or not, men certainly are the oppressors in Bong's world. Male confidence and ignorance not only conflate the difficulties of the case, but lead the detectives down paths that aren't relevant, willing to pick on weaker individuals for the sake of a scapegoat. Song, desperate to put a face on a criminal, fakes evidence and tortures suspects to prevent the killer simply remaining any man. A theme that begins with Detective Park's introduction, framed to be a danger to women by Bong as he asks a woman for directions. It's difficult to understand how anyone could get away with such hideous crimes, but South Korea was just simply not equipped to cope with such a tragedy. When religious men sneak off into the woods to fantasize about murder and detectives can't see past their own insecurities, what are you supposed to do? If you can't bring justice to the victims, how do you prevent it from happening again? Well, I think Memories of Murder is about just that. By educating people on how and why hideous crimes can occur, about why the relationship between men and women must grow and become equal. Bong's ending is masterfully executed as the lead detective Song looks desperately into the camera, breaking the fourth wall and showing the audience that they are the issue, that these issues lie outside of the film, that these grotesque crimes did happen, that they were caused by ordinary men, and that these memories of murder must ring true and show us that things must change.